Hi, I'm Bill Gilliland, and today I want to talk to you about how every business owner, every entrepreneur can build a business that works without them and can build an epic life for themselves, for their families, and their communities. So I've been studying success for a long time and figuring out like what makes some people successful and what makes other people not so successful. And I came up with an acronym called EPIC. And so we have four major aims today. And those aims are, number one is the E. We want to do some education or some re-education. Number two, the second pillar of success is planning. I don't know any successful people who don't do planning well. So we'll do a little planning today. The third pillar of success is finding inspiration. So we're going to help you find some inspiration today. And the fourth pillar of success is commitment. Now, there's a lot of things under commitment like discipline and habits and those kind of things, but we're going to get you to commit to applying some of the things that we cover today so that you can build the business and the life of your dreams. So my belief is that we don't do a good job in this country of educating people on how to build businesses. We don't teach people how to build businesses. You may have gone to college, you may even have an MBA, but you still may not know. I have both of those. But when I came out of my MBA, I still didn't know how to grow a business. But here's the cool thing. The education is out there. Now, some people are great at getting the education. In order to be successful, you have to apply the education that you get. So here's the cool thing. The education is out there and the application is out there. Now, some of you may need an outside coach like me, something like that to help you. I know I do. I know a lot of us, like, for example, when it comes to something like exercise, we need a trainer to get on us and make it happen. And that's how I stay in shape. So it's the same in business. Some of you are going to need some help applying the education that you get as well. But the first step is to get the education. The second step is to apply it. But if you want to be successful, if you want to create that epic life, you're going to have to get the education and apply it. Today, I'm going to go over the three biggest challenges that I believe are facing business owners and entrepreneurs today. I'm also going to talk a little bit about the old way people built businesses. And then I'm going to tell you what I believe is the better way or the new way to build businesses. And then I'll give you a couple of compelling reasons of why you might want to change from how you're doing it now to how I believe is a successful way to build that life and that business of your dreams. So in other words, we're going to cover today how you can build an epic business and an epic life for yourself. So what do you need to know about me? Well, not much really is what I always say, because this is about you. My background, I was actually trained as an engineer, got an MBA, and then went into business. I ran a business for someone else for a while, and then I got into business for myself. And so for the last 30 years, I've been growing and running businesses. I'm a 5 times business owner. I've won all kind of coaching awards. I've helped literally hundreds of people one-on-one. I've been doing this for over 15 years. I have 15,000 hours of actual coaching experience. We've helped literally thousands of business owners and salespeople and professionals build the life and the businesses of their dreams. I've been married for 37 years. I have 2 great grown as boys can be sons. And I'm a bit of a business nerd. I love studying. I love helping other business owners. I also play a little golf, and I do some fly fishing. So, and I do read a lot of books about business and a few books about theology as well. I'm definitely an amateur in that realm. So here's what I believe the top 3 business challenges that we're facing today. The first one is building teams. The thing that I hear almost every day from my clients and prospects alike, or anyone in business, is I can't seem to find good help. Well, you've probably said that too. there are certain strategies that you can have. People need to understand how to hire people. They need to understand how to attract people. They need to understand how to onboard people. They need to understand how to get them engaged once they're there. And then they learn how to turn a few of those people into leaders to actually run the business for you. So what part of what we're designed to do is to teach you how to attract and build great teams for your business. The second thing, I was just on a call yesterday with 6 business owners, and their number one thing was time. I just don't have enough time. I'm too busy. I'm going. I don't have enough time in the day. I don't have enough time to actually do the things I need to do to build the great team that I need to run the business for me, much less build the systems, do the marketing, take care of everything else that's going on in my business. Well, that's really about self-management. We'll chat a little bit about that today. And then the third one is the old one, the same one. And no matter, even though business is generally booming right now in a lot of industries, people still don't understand how to manage cash flow, how to manage that cash in, that cash out, make sure there's not a cash gap. And so these are the big challenges that we deal with every day in helping our business owners become epic. You got to create the cash flow. You got to build a great team to run the business for you if you're going to have the time to do the cool things that you went into business for in the first place. If you're going to spend time with your family, if you're going to invest in other business, whatever it is, you've got to create cash flow, great teams, and then you'll find the time to build it in there. So here's the old way. The old way is doing a bunch of stuff yourself. The old way is getting a formal education. And if I just work hard and then I work harder, good things will happen. So I put my nose to the grindstone. I just get it done. I work. Now, look, I'm a big fan of work. I'm a big fan of formal education. The point is, we want to get you to work smarter, not harder. You can only work so hard or you're going to have burnout. That's actually the number one problem that I see in entrepreneurs today is they work themselves into a burnout state and they can't do anymore. So what's the new way? The new way is working on the business. Make sure you have time in your calendar to work on the business versus just being stuck working in it all day long, just working 24/7 in the business, doing the things of the business. You have to pull yourself out of the day-to-day as an entrepreneur or business owner if you're going to grow your business. The new way, it's moving from reactive to proactive. It's moving from responding to everything to taking control, to being in charge, to running the businesses the way you want it to run, to setting your vision, to setting your culture, to getting out ahead of those challenges, to do the planning that needs to be done to build a great business and a great life. The new way is taking formal education and adding to it self-education. You've got to go out. You've got to find, you've got to read books. You've got to check out videos. You've got to listen to podcasts and audio books. You've got to find mentors. If you're gonna build the business of your dreams, you can't do this stuff by yourself. You just can't do it. It was a myth. I tried it. It doesn't work. You have to get outside help. I've got all kinds of coaches in my life right now, and that's part of why I'm as successful as I am right now. So let's talk about how to get there. Most people don't understand that there's a set path to growing a business. So I'm going to teach you what that set path is. Now, there's 2 pieces to this. There's the business piece, and then there's the growth of the entrepreneur or the business owner piece. And I'm going to cover both of them, but first, I'm going to go over how to build a business, okay? Now, you've got to build, first of all, let's talk about what a definition of a business is. The definition of a business, and I want you to get this, is a commercial, profitable, it's got to be profitable, enterprise that works. That means the business works, not the owner 24/7, and then eventually without the owner. Now, you may not want that, but I'm going to suggest that you should go for it because the path is the same regardless of whether you want to actually work your way out of a business or you want to create a business. Now, think about it. If you want to create a business that you want to replicate or multiply, or you want to create a business to sell, is it worth more if it runs without you? Well, yeah, it is worth more if it runs without you. Otherwise, people are just buying a job. And I want you to think about that. Who wants to buy a job? Well, I can tell you, no one. They want to buy something that's going to create more money or more wealth for themselves. Okay? So there's a set path. To get a commercial enterprise, we have to talk about mastery. Now, there's 4 areas of mastery, and I'm just going to give you the overview today. We'll get into that in depth on our strategy session about how to apply this stuff in your business. But the first level of mastery is money mastery. Do you know where your money's coming from and where it's going? Do you get financial statements by the 5th of the month? And do you understand how to read them and make decisions about them? And do you get all 3 of those financial statements? Did you even know there were 3 financial statements? Well, there are. There's the profit and loss. There's the cash flow statement and the balance sheet. And you need to understand how they all work together. What kind of KPIs or key performance indicators or measurements do you have in place in your business? What is your budgeting and reporting process in your business? Do you have all that worked out? The second area of mastery is time mastery. And this is about budgeting your time. This is about becoming proactive with your time. This is about measuring, tracking your entire activities for 2 weeks and then seeing what kind of functions are in there and what are the functions that you can stop doing or delegate? What are the functions that you need to do more of? And what are the new functions that you need to add into your life and into your business so that you can be successful? The third area is destination mastery. What is your vision for the business? Where are you taking this thing? The fourth area is delivery mastery. Now that's about your basic level of customer service, because this is about building a foundation here. Now, a foundational business is a commercial enterprise. That's not making it profitable. We're going to go to niche to make it profitable. So that's a commercial profitable enterprise. Now, what happens at the niche level? Well, we'll focus there on 2 things. Number one, what makes you different? So that's what we call a unique selling proposition. We'll work very hard to figure out. It can't be we have good prices and we give better service. That doesn't make you different. You've got to come up with something that's vastly different in the marketplace. Okay. Sometimes you can do that with a guarantee. And then we're going to talk about what we call marketing leverage, which is how you're going to get more cash flow into your business. We're going to cover, how to get more leads. We're going to cover how to convert more of those leads into paying customers or clients or patients or whatever you call them. Then we're going to talk about how to get them back more often if that's possible in your business. Then we're going to talk about how to get them to actually buy more, whether that's through price increases or getting, add-on sales or cross sales or upsells or down sales. And then when you take all that, that's going to increase your revenues. And then we're going to get into margins, how to keep more of those revenues in the business to reinvest back in the business or to take out and invest in other wealth building things like real estate or stocks and bonds or other businesses. So now we've got a commercial profitable enterprise. Now we want to get it to work. Leverage is all about adding systems in your business. And when we get to our strategy session, we'll talk more about how to do all of this. But just know for now that the definition of leverage is doing ever more with ever less. It's one of the keys to success in business. How do we build something once and have it pay for me? Like if I can put a system in the business that will save me 5 minutes a day for the rest of my life, would that be good? If I write a book, I can get paid for it for the book I wrote, the Coach Approach. I still get a check every couple, 3 months for royalties on that for writing that book. So I'm getting paid for a very long time. That's about how do we build leverage into our business. Okay. And there's 4 ways to do that, which we'll get into later. Now, once we've got the systems in the business, then we can go to work on the team. Now, it doesn't mean we don't have team members through it all out of this, but what it means is that we're focused on building the team because we want to move our business from being team to, how many of you have ever had a business? Have you ever had a business where you had a key person leave, and then all of a sudden you were in trouble? Well, if you have great systems, then it's a lot easier to hire somebody to come in and run those systems for you. So this is where if we have a great vision and we have a great system, we're making money, we have a great base, then it becomes a lot easier to recruit that team to run the business for you. I want you to think about that. You get the people you deserve. So you want to bring in, so the better your business, the better your people are going to do. Southwestern Airlines has no problem recruiting people because they run a good business. They get 90,000 applications a year. They don't hire anywhere near that amount. So it's easy for them to bring on great people that fit their culture and want to be in the business. Now, here's the cool thing. Once you get to this level right here, so you've got a commercial profitable enterprise that works without you. Right here is where that happens, because at this level, at the synergy level, this is about multiplication. This is about taking your business and expanding into new branches or licensing or franchising it. This is where it really gets fun, buying other businesses, acquisitions, potentially, but you've got the business running. This is a level where you're having, this is about creating models in here to scale your business. And then the results you get are more time and more money. So this is the basic model that we use to help you build an epic business. Now, let's talk about building an epic an epic entrepreneur, an epic business owner. So here's how that works. You're going to start life. Most everybody starts as a student. Guess what a student is? A student is where you pay to learn. You pay someone else to get educated. Okay, so we got to get some of that going. Then you become an employee usually. Hey, guess what an employee is? If you're on an entrepreneurial path, and if you're an employee, you're getting paid to learn. That's a good deal, right? You need to be a sponge if you're at the employee level right now. Go ahead and get as much education as you can from other people. Then you go into business. Now, a lot of y'all think you're an entrepreneur at that point when you go into business. Wrong, you're self-employed. When you're self-employed, you have to answer the phone. You have to clean the toilet. You have to sweep the floors. And now you may have employees and be at the self-employed level, but you're still doing most of the functions of the business. Okay? And when you're at the self-employed level, it looks a bit like a seesaw, because usually you go sell the work, do the work, sell the work, do the work, sell the work, do the work. All right? Now, at some point, you make the transition both mentally and physically to being a manager. You get a few employees on board and you start building out, you start hiring the team. Well, most of you don't have enough. This is at the manager level. This is where you begin working on systems, because what happens at the systems level is usually you're running around in circles, putting out fires that your employees have created. Okay. So you want to build out the systems to build a more robust business so that you can continue to grow and start building the team, which is what happens at the director or the business owner level. Okay. So now at this level, you spend all your time building out the team. Now, once you build out the team, guess what? This is where you have that commercial profitable enterprise that works without you. Okay. It's throwing off money. It's working. It's growing on its own because you've got a general manager in place. Okay. You take yourself out of being the director and you replace yourself with a general manager. Then you can be an investor. Okay. That's where you start looking at building wealth. The foundation of most great wealthy individuals is some sort of business. You can look back and check it out. Now, and then they build off. They start investing in real estate. They start investing in other businesses. They start investing in stocks and bonds. But at that point, you're going to be an investor. You're using your money. Then at some point, you become a true entrepreneur. You've got multiple businesses. You're probably using other people's money. So this is the path to build you. And there's a set path to build that along with building the business. You can see as a manager, you're building out systems. As a director, you're building a team. You see how it goes together. Down here, you're getting your base built up, your foundation of your business, and then you can begin to build your team. So this is the entrepreneur's ladder. We'll teach you all about how to do that. So here's a question for you. Do you want to build an epic business by yourself, or do you want to do it with a professional? Do you want to do it with someone who's done this hundreds of times with other people? Do you want to do this with someone who's done it 5 times themselves? So let me just tell you, I'm going to offer you a chance to sit down with me, not one of my team members, with me. Okay. And I'll tell you who it's not for. If you don't want to go on this path, who it's not for? If you don't want to grow, okay. If you're not open to learning, if you're not willing to do the work on the front end, see the way you get everybody doesn't understand the compound effect. You have to do the work on the front end so you can get the benefit on the back end. You can do the discipline and the work now, or you can regret it later, as Jim Rohn said. So if that's you, then okay, maybe you got what you need today. You learned a little bit about the path on how to grow a business. That's awesome. Okay. But if this is for you, if you're this person, then you're going to want to sit down and do a strategy session with me. Okay. If you want to grow both personally and your business, then let's have a chat. If you're open to new ideas, let's have a chat. If you're driven to be successful, let's have a chat. Let's find out if there's a fit between what I do and what you want. Okay. If you like to give back, if that's one of your things, one of my clients is giving over $100,000 to charity this year. Now, I want you to think about that. $100,000 to charity. My clients give back in their communities, their churches, it's amazing what we can do as business owners in life if you decide to be epic. So if you want to be epic, if you want to be the best you can be, then let's have a chat. It's pretty simple. You just book in a strategy session with me. Now there's a link with this video, and it goes directly to my calendar, and you just pick a time that works for you. Now, how's this work? Well, we're going to send you a questionnaire. It's about 4 pages. It will give me some background, and it will help you in your business too, because there's some questions on there that you may not have thought of yet. So you fill that out, you get it back to me. I'll probably have a quick call to clarify a few things, and then we'll get together for an hour and a half. And what we'll do is we'll talk about where you want to go with your business and your life. We'll talk about where you are now, and then we'll talk about what's in between. So you're going to come out of there with some clarity and a bit of a mini plan on how to get it. Now, if there's not a fit between what we do and what you want, then that's great. We'll still be friends. Okay. But if there is a fit, then we'll recommend the right program for you, and we'll get started right away on building your business, building the life and the business of your dreams. So let me just give you a couple of the results. I've been doing this for over 15 years. So I have some long-term clients. I've been coaching Eric for around 9 years. Okay. Eric started off, he had about 8 employees, was doing about $600,000 a year. He's up to $6 million a year, and he's got almost 50 employees now. Okay. Anson, he had 8 employees when we started. One of the guys that was working, he's a roofer. One of the guys that was working on the roof is now his sales manager and is also a part owner of the company. They've gone from 800,000 to 10 million plus. We've bought 2 other companies, and he's up to about 70 employees and subs. Okay. He's got combinations of subs. Catherine, been working her 7 or 8 years. We've bought we've actually bought 3 other businesses, and her business is 3 times as big as it was when we started. Okay. Brian is up. His business was a very small engineering firm. He's up 1,100% in the years that we've worked with him. That's over 100% a year. So the stuff we do gets results. Let's figure out if it's right for you. So, hey, look, if all this does is give you a little more clarity or give you a mini plan, wouldn't it be worth it to sit down and have a chat with me? So go ahead and book in your strategy session now. I can't wait to talk to you. I look forward to being on that strategy session, to helping you get some clarity, to help you get that mini plan, and to help you build the business and the life of your dreams. Until then, all the best.